Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the altcoin show, coming at you daily, 6 days a week. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Today we're going to talk about is this crypto cycle? Is this the meme coin cycle? Is this the cycle of the memes? Because it seems like there's been a meme takeover. And we're going to talk about the dip that happened yesterday. We're going to look at some price action, some possible entries on some altcoins there. But before we do that, and before we get to the news and the charts, you know what I'm going to say, smash that like. This does help get this content out to more people and does help support the channel. I do appreciate all the kind words and encouragement that people leave in the comments below, and any questions also in the comments. I do get back to those as soon as I am able to. And of course, don't forget the cheat sheet is linked below in the description. There is a lot of free education there. There is some entries for lots of different coins there and some take profit levels, which is really important. And of course, there's a link to the Stocks with Josh Discord, the most incredible Discord on the planet. I love the calm and the storm in the Discord yesterday as people were methodically picking off orders and buying the dip on certain altcoins, Bitcoin, amidst all the tensions in the Middle East and the fake FUD that we had with the Tether. If you haven't seen all that, check out my daily crypto show, which I posted a couple of hours earlier today. Okay, so so get signed up. There's a link below in the description for that. There's also a link for the Stocks with Josh Discord in the cheat sheet. All right, so we're going to jump into some news. And of course, this is just very interesting. Boomers made it with the S&P 500 and real estate. Gen X made from tech and the NASDAQ. Millennials made it with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Zoomers. Zoomer, are you a Zoomer? If you're a Zoomer and you're watching this channel, that means you're aged between 12 and 27. If you're a Zoomer, shout out. Actually, I want to know where you're all from. If you're a Boomer, put Boomer in the comments. If you're a Gen Xer, put Gen Xer. If you're a millennial between 28 and 43, put that in the comments. And if you are a Zoomer, put Zoomer. I want to see how many we have from each of those generations, and there we're here to create generational wealth. But you can see here that the Zoomers, is this going to be accurate? The meme coins, is this going to be the cycle of the meme coins? Is this a bit of a crypto takeover from the meme coins? That's an interesting question we're going to look at in a little bit more in the next couple of articles here. And there is a strong case that it could be argued, Look at this. This is year to date. Meme coins take up the top six positions here. And then you have real world asset and OM Mantra, which is on my cheat sheet, with which we're going to chart today. Certainly we have Aero, which I know some of you have made some good amount of profit in. We have Banana Gun here, which is also in my cheat sheet. Real Aldo in my cheat sheet. Floki, Pendle, Bitcoin. This is a meme coin Bitcoin, I guess, there. And so you can see there's some others there as well. So that's quite amazing. We see meme coins dominating so heavily. And I did purchase another meme coin just over the last 24 hours or so. And it is a meme coin called Goatsius Maximus. Okay, this is incredible. I never thought my safest bag during a dip would be an AI meme coin, but here we are. And it's so true because it's quite funny that this meme coin, I think this is the first meme coin that's been created by AI and fully marketed by AI. Everything on this meme coin is produced by AI. And maybe that's why it survived pretty well the dip. And so I rolled some of my Solana profits that I took out there and rolled that over into GOAT. And I'm already up 20% on GOAT. And again, this is not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. And if you're buying a coin called Goatsius Maximus, certainly it is for entertainment purposes for sure. Are you not entertained? Said the original goat, which was Maximus Decimus Meridius from the movie Gladiator. This is Goat Jr. here. Goatsius Maximus there. So I did pick up some of that Goatsius Maximus, and we are going to chart this coin. Can you believe it? In just a moment there. And we're going to jump into some of these meme coins here. So let's jump into the charts. Here we go. We're going to start with Banana Gun, which is not a meme coin. Many people thought it was a meme coin, but it is not a meme coin. And so if we look at Banana Gun here, that held up pretty well. Really between 50 and 54. There's a little channel that it is trading in right now. The only thing with Banana Gun is we are constantly setting lower highs here and lower lows. And so I would want to see this trend break out of this trend. You could certainly, just in case bag buy and what we call front running it, believing that this could be its low or close to it, and there will be a reversal soon. That's certainly a riskier way. You could certainly put your stop loss under this $50 level, because if we do see a drop and break down from that $50 level, it's quite likely we come down to that $46 level down here at the next Fibonacci at the 382. So certainly that's called front running, or you could wait for a break of this $54 level, and that's where you take the break as the candle breaks through and above, and you say, okay, I think this is going to take off, and we're above this level now. And again, that's obviously there has some element of risk, and again you would want to put your stop loss under that level there at 54, and you trade on the break, and then you can trade on the retest. And for the retest, you would jump down to a smaller time frame, like on the hour or on the 15-minute time frame, and you would just watch and wait to see once it breaks through, is there a retest of that? And usually I like the 15-minute time frame for that. And so what you'd be looking for here is you'd look for a break above this 54, and then the candle comes up and retests, and then you get it on a successful retest there and have a stop loss there, because if you did lose that, then you could come back to all the way down to this $50 level here. But you can see on the 4 hour, actually, there is some support on the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. And this is why I do like moving through the time frames from the daily to the 4 hour, the 2 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute. Sometimes I'll even go to the 5-minute chart, but not very often when I'm looking at these kind of entries here. So you can see how this is governing price at the moment. We do have some support here. And so, you could look for some of you may have got an entry around that $50 to $51 region. So you'll be a little bit up there, but certainly I would like to see that. We're not even seeing right now on the 4 hour, we have a lower low and we haven't got a higher high. So on the 4 hour chart, the first thing I'm looking for is I'm looking for a higher low, and I'm also looking for a higher high, and that will give me a reversal at least on the 4 hour chart and then on the daily. So if you're more of a conservative trader, you may want to wait for those confirmations. Otherwise, if you feel that you want to front run the market, that's a play there as well. So when I do talk about it in future charts as we go through here, that's what I talk about when I talk about front running. I talk about catch it on the break, or on the break and the retest. There are 3 ways to trade there and get entries, and also how I go down to the 15-minute chart for the break and retest. I show that there for each of the charts. So we're going to jump into Blub here. And so Blub held up pretty well, I have to say. Certainly for Blub, we have a clearly defined support here at that 6th level here. Certainly that is clearly defined. That held up pretty well in the dump. So this is the entry here at around 6.2 or 6.3 with 7 zeros, of course, for those of you who may be listening in the car. Certainly there the entry would be around that 6.2, so 7 zeros and then 6.2, and then we're pretty close to that. We're almost at 7 actually. So if you got the trade there, I actually gave that trade numerous times over the last few days as we got our confirmed bottom here. The middle of the range is going to be at 8, and then the top of this current range is going to be at 10. And so we can trade this range from 6 to 8, or you can trade it from 6 to 10. Certainly you can take profit at 10. Also, you could move your stop loss up to be stopped out in profit. If we get up to 10 and then we can't break through there and we start to drop back down, you can actually be stopped out in profit, or you can wait for a break and a retest of 10, and then hopefully our goal is to get all the way back to that 16, 17 here, which is right back close to its all-time high, to take some profits on the swing trade there. Certainly for a hodl position, a just-in-case bag buy here is not necessarily, just nibbling here at these ranges. Certainly, there is a danger if there is further Bitcoin dump or further tensions in the Middle East, we could see this drop down a little bit lower. But I feel like we found some pretty good support there, and there's a lot of buyers that stepped in there for Blub there. Okay, and then for Bonk, if we jump over to Bonk here, we certainly, as we're looking at the meme coins today, certainly Bonk found its entry there, and certainly if you got it in the dip, was at 20. I had been sharing this many days over the last few weeks that we've been in this range, that 20 entry there, pretty rock solid, and then we back above the 200 EMA on the daily, which is about 21, and that's with 4 zeros, by the way. And then certainly we do need to break above the 200 simple moving average, which has been acting as resistance at 23. That could certainly be another entry with a break and a retest. You could certainly front run that or trade it on the break, as I detailed in an earlier video. So there's a trade, that a Bonk that hit. We look at Dogecoin. So Dogecoin, another meme coin, certainly found some support. It showed a lot of strength there. Certainly its golden cross is coming. That may take a week or so to play out, but certainly that golden cross is on its way. And we did find a entry here at 12.8. There are further entries to the downside here at 11.9 and at 11.5 there for Dogecoin. So that's worked out to be a good trade. Now, GOAT. I got my GOAT entry. I feel like a bit of a goat for getting a GOAT entry. Certainly, I am not advocating anybody jump in at this point because we are absolutely pumping here. And I do believe I got my entry right here on the button on the ribbons, the EMA ribbons that are there. And if we go down even to the 1 hour time frame, and look, you could swing trade this one if you watch my money printing method videos, which are a free resource in my cheat sheet. I teach how to trade this method, but certainly we didn't even come down and test the 200 EMA on the hourly. This is how bullish this is. We have to go to the 15-minute here, and so certainly there at 70. So if you were looking to get in for a quick swing trade, you could look at the 200 EMA on the 15-minute time frame. Obviously put a stop loss underneath that, but certainly if there is a further move to the downside here, that could be a good entry. And then you could ride that up from about that 71 cent level back up to around this 88 to 90 cent level there for GOAT. So PopCat, as you can see here, have found some support, and this seems to be governing price to the upside. So right now, if you're looking for a quick swing trade, I'd say the entry there at about $1.32, just put a tight stop loss there. There are more entries there. But this was the entry I gave back here. It's turned out to be a fantastic entry. I said between the $1.10 and $1.15 level, and we absolutely nailed that trade. So if you got in that trade for PopCat, that absolutely screamed up to the top here. That trade went all the way up to $1.68, almost $1.70, and a little bit of a pullback there. Certainly for HODL, there's no entry here for me, only a swing trade there, a quick swing trade with a stop loss there for PopCat. All right, let's look at a couple more meme coins before we finish up. We've got WIF. And so WIF here, I did manage to pick up a little bit more WIF right at about the 50-day moving average there on that dip. Came and grabbed some WIF there. Certainly, it is below the 200 EMA on the daily. So certainly that there, a break and a retest there at $2.42 or $2.41. Certainly could be a trade there. Certainly if we go down further, and we have the simple moving average there at $2.30, and then we have down at about $2.17 there for WIF. And then if we look at the 4-hour chart there, this might give us a little bit more of a view. And you can, and this is why I do drop down to the 4-hour chart. We have the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. We're just trying to break above that. There's the 200 simple, which we found as support. And we didn't even quite get down to the 50-day moving average, almost there. So those would be some levels. I would say, though, that careful with WIF, because we are creating, there's the lower high, lower high, lower high, and we've got a lower low there. So I'll be watching to see what happens. Do we break through here? Can we create a higher low? That would be a bullish signal. And certainly a break and a retest above $2.38 there could be a little area for a swing trade there. Certainly not looking probably for any HODL at this point. certainly the entry for HODL, better HODL would have been $2.14. Maybe a just-in-case bag would be something there for WIF. If you don't have any WIF, you could just get a small bag and then certainly put some orders down for much lower, because if we did come down and we lose this 50-day moving average there, we could come down a whole lot lower under this $2 region there for WIF. Triple A cat is one that I have been in, and certainly this is one that we don't have a lot of price action history to go off here, but certainly on the 4 hour, this is on the SUI chain, but certainly here we are looking to find a little bit of the lower band of the range there. So that's not necessarily in a buy zone right now, but the same, that's 3 zeros and a 6. 3 zeros and a 6 would look to be the entry there for triple A cat. This is certainly risky because we are in a downtrend. However, we do see that we do have a higher low there. We put in a low there down to around 4. 3 zeros and a 4.7, and then we've now come up and we do have, it looks to be like could be a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders there. So if we did break above this 0.087, that could be quite bullish for triple A cat. Let's just see how, and we'll finish with Brett here as our final meme coin for today. And certainly now there we're below the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. You can see how it's pretty messy. It's a lot quite choppy there with Brett. Let's take a look at it on the daily chart. Certainly the encouraging sign there is we have put in a series of higher lows there, and then we do have some higher highs there as well. So this could be an entry right now actually on, there's an entry there on the 200 EMA on the daily at just, you could jump in this trade right now here at 9 cents. At 9 cents, there is a trade, but we could get rejected here right at about 10 cents. So you just be careful with this one. We do have the 50-day about to cross over the 200 EMA, which is quite bullish though. And so you could front run this one, jump in here, expecting that we're going to get a break. If we get a rejection here, certainly at the 10 cent or the 9.8 cent line there, you could certainly jump out of the trade and stop out in a bit of profit and get back in and just ride this little swing. But certainly a break above this trend line here and a retest here, a successful retest could lead to some upside. So certainly from where we broke down from for Brett, which seems to be around this 12.5 cent level there, that would be my ultimate goal to the upside for the swing trade up to there. And certainly if you're looking for a HODL trade, certainly the 200 EMA historically has been a good place to buy Bitcoin and other altcoins. Certainly this is usually the bull market support line as the 200 EMA on the daily there. So all right, well, that's it for today. As always, until the next episode with the stock show, the weekly stock show on Sunday is coming to you tomorrow. Happy trading.